You never know when you will find your soulmate. You can meet them at the mall, through a friend, or even online. Love is everywhere and it's often unexpected. Sometimes you get feelings for people that you spend a lot of time with, which is something that happens a lot with actors working together on set. Some of these performers have even married those people, so let's talk about a few of them as we count down the top 10 actors who married their co-stars. At number 10, Jared Palecki and Genevieve Cortez. Shout out to the Supernatural fans because I put this one on here just for you guys because this one is a match made in hell, so to speak. Supernatural actor Jared Palecki met his wife Genevieve Cortez while they were working together on the 4th season of Supernatural. Genevieve was guest starring in a few episodes that season, playing a demon named Ruby. Jared has said in a few interviews that he was instantly attracted to Jen from the moment he saw her, but also recalled that in the moment that they met, she was standing in her underwear. During a panel in 2012, the actor told the story of how he first met his wife, where he said, quote, "I was a single dude and she was a pretty girl in her underwear on the first day of set. I was very excited to meet her. Meanwhile, I think she was like, who is this long-haired a-hole who think he can talk to me while I'm reading a book? I interrupted her while she was reading a book and I think she was kind of fussy about it. I was very attracted to her and I got to know her. I was very excited to take her out to lunch." End quote. Jared also explained that what made things work between them was that they, quote, "got to know each other for about 4 months before they went on a date. They officially took their relationship from on-screen into the real world and have been together ever since, welcoming 3 children along the way." At number 9, Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher. Even though it took years for them to start dating, I guess the chemistry that they had on screen was just too electric to let slide. Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher met in 1998 while working on That 70s Show. Mila sort of grew up around Ashton as she was only about 14 or 15 when she was first cast on the show as Ashton's character's love interest. Ashton was actually Mila's first kiss, which sort of makes their happily ever after story just that much cuter. Mila has said in interviews that while working with Ashton on set, she apparently had a huge crush on her co-star. However, because Mila had gotten into a serious relationship with Macaulay Culkin that lasted nearly a decade, things didn't really get to blossom with Ashton until years later. It wasn't until around 2012 when both Mila and Ashton became single again after getting out of their respective relationships that they finally found their way back to each other, and the rest is history. Now before I carry on with the list, I'd like to ask you guys to consider leaving a like on this video if you're enjoying it so far, and also consider checking out my gaming channel Viper Girl. I've got gameplay content, top 10s, and more, so go check it out and subscribe while you're there. At number 8, Colleen Ballinger and Eric Stocklin. Imagine casting your husband, not in plaster, but in a show or movie. Well, this is what happened with YouTube star and actress Colleen Ballinger, as her on-screen love interest became her real-life husband. When Colleen was casting people for her Netflix show Haters Back Off, she met Eric Stocklin and cast him in the show. From there, they pretty much hit things off and later began a relationship. The couple got married in 2018 and later welcomed their first child together. It's crazy to think that these two met and fell so deeply in love because Colleen cast her future husband in her Netflix original show. I think that is the true definition of Netflix and chill. At number 7, Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt. Brad and Angelina have a bit of a complicated love story because it sort of started while Brad was still married to Jennifer Aniston. Things were okay between Brad and Jen until Angelina came into the picture after she and Brad met while working on the film Mr. and Mrs. Smith in the summer of 2004. Fast forward to 2005 and Brad and Jennifer were no more, and the actor had his chance to move on with Angie. Brad's divorce became a whirlwind breakup because of cheating scandals, as Angie became the other woman of sorts, and even as things died down over the years, tabloids would still bring this drama up from time to time, almost making it seem as though things aren't exactly over for this unfortunate love triangle. Brangelina became something of a Hollywood power couple as they continued to dominate the industry, all while having an over decade-long relationship and adopting kids together and getting married in 2014. Unfortunately, things didn't exactly work out between them, but at least they tried, right? At number 6, Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively. Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively are one of the best Hollywood couples in my opinion because they're just so much fun. They love to poke fun at each other online and on the red carpet, and they just sound like a hoot and a half, but it's even more fun to find out how they met. Ryan and Blake met while filming the movie Green Lantern together, but they didn't immediately hit things off like some of the other couples on this list. At the time, Ryan was still married to Scarlett Johansson, but not for much longer after Ryan met Blake. There had apparently been a little bit of speculation that there was a bit of a spark between Ryan and Blake, but that spark was later confirmed after Ryan's 2010 divorce, as the following year he and Blake were seen spending a lot of time together, being photographed holding hands and leaving each other's apartments. The couple ended up getting married in a secret ceremony in 2012 and have been together ever since, and have been known to share some fun details about married life, so I think it's safe to say that they're pretty happy together and seem to be a good match. At number 5, Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos. After learning about Kelly and Mark's love story, I might be more inclined to believe in love at first sight because it doesn't get any cuter than this. The pair first met back when they were on the soap opera All My Children. Well, they really met during a screen test in 1995, as Mark was hoping to get cast as Kelly's character's love interest. After meeting on set, the couple started dating in secret. When Mark described how he felt about Kelly when they first met, he said, quote, "I thought she was adorable, hot, and sexy and all that stuff," end quote. By 1996, their dating got more serious. They didn't need to take much time to get to know each other because they knew deep down that they were soulmates, and so they decided to get married and eloped in Las Vegas. These two haven't looked back since. They've continued being a power couple and awesome parents, raising 3 kids together. At number 4, Chad Michael Murray and Sophia Bush. Sophia Bush and Chad Michael Murray were one of the hottest couples of the early 2000s. They were like the Kim and Kanye of the time, and in more ways than one. The couple first met and fell in love on set of their TV teen drama One Tree Hill in 2003, and the two were engaged and wed in 2005. But sadly, things weren't meant to work out in life off screen, as after only 5 months of marriage they split up, and there's reportedly been tension ever since. According to Sophia, she said that she never wanted to marry Chad in the first place, and that it was the people around her as well as the One Tree Hill producers who pressured her into the marriage. She thought the whole thing was a bad idea, but apparently it was all for publicity. Years later, when asked about her relationship with Chad in an interview with Andy Cohen, she said, quote, "My mother once said to me, if you don't have anything nice to say, not to say anything at all. Maybe getting with your co-stars is a little bit messier than we once thought." At number 3, Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner. Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner worked on a handful of movies before finally ending up together, and it's almost as if the universe was teasing them or something. The pair first started alongside each other in 2000 after working on the movie Pearl Harbor. At this time, Jennifer was already married to Scott Foley. Fast forward a few years to the summer of 2002, when Jennifer and Ben were reunited on the set of the movie Daredevil. Though both Ben and Jennifer were in relationships at the time, Ben would later go on to say that this was the set where they fell in love with each other. By 2003, people were catching on to their apparent flirtatious vibes, as after they guest starred on Dinner for Five, all people were talking about was how flirtatious these two were being with each other. Eventually, Jennifer and Ben did get out of their respective relationships and started a new relationship of their own. However, that one didn't exactly work out. They got married in 2005, but they hit a rough patch, so to speak, and divorced about a decade later. At number 2, Miley Cyrus and Liam Hemsworth. Miley Cyrus and Liam Hemsworth had a pretty rocky relationship. The couple dated on and off for about a decade, and it all started after they were cast together in a movie. The couple first met while filming the movie The Last Song, and after hitting it off on set and after a few months of speculation, they confirmed their relationship in 2010. After that, things were rocky for a few years. The couple had gone through about 2 breakups and makeups before they confirmed their engagement in 2012, only to have broken up again in 2013. Years later, the couple reconciled and the engagement was back on. From then, they faced plenty of challenging moments together, from tabloid reports to their house burning down during the California wildfires in 2018. They finally tied the knot at a private wedding ceremony in December of 2018, but their marriage was short-lived, as in August 2019, their breakup was confirmed and they soon filed for divorce, and it was finalized in early 2020. They had a long decade of ups and downs together, but some fans still hold out hope that this isn't the last you will see of this couple, hoping that it isn't their last song. And finally, at number 1, Kit Harington and Rose Leslie. Game of Thrones stars Kit Harington and Rose Leslie met on the 2nd season of Game of Thrones, and from then on they haven't looked back. Soon they were spotted together in public, and rumors started swirling of a relationship beginning to blossom between Jon Snow and Ygritte. They kept their relationship pretty private for the most part, as fans only really had rumors and speculation to go off of in regards to their favorite Game of Thrones couple. It wasn't until 2016 that the couple finally went public with their relationship, with Kit confirming that they had fell in love while filming Game of Thrones in Iceland. The couple later got engaged in 2017, married in 2018, and they just recently welcomed their first child earlier this year in February 2021. Now, I want you guys to tell me if you believe you found your soulmate and how you guys met. I love hearing a good love story, so feel free to share all the cute details about how you met the one down in the comments. Anyways, that's it for me. I've been your host, Ripa. Until next time, stay safe, make good choices, and stay groovy, friends. Bye!